Okay, it is September 5th, 2023, and this is the latest news update from Medellin Colombia and Colombia as a whole. Follow along.
You're watching DC-born Rob, Erasing Borders. And now, the news. Make sure you hit like and subscribe.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. You're watching DC-born Rob, Erasing Borders. I'm DC Rob. I have about 5 stories, one of which is going to be maybe 3 minutes long, so a little bit longer, but it's about an open-air brothel in Medellin. You know where that is, so stick around for that story. Let's just jump into the first story right away. A small aircraft overturned upon landing at Olaya Herrera Airport in Medellin. After completing an overflight over the city, the incident, attributed to windy conditions, occurred around 5:30 in the afternoon. Fortunately, both the pilot and co-pilot emerged unharmed. However, due to the incident and weather-related issues, the airport was closed for nearly 2 hours, resulting in flight cancellations and diversions. Operations are expected to resume as soon as possible. Let's take a quick second to say thanks. That's right. I have to say thanks for all my supporters. Thank you guys for your support, either for the financial donations or the kind words in the comments. You guys are awesome, and you know it. Let's jump into the next story right away. Regarding the Valentina Tres Palacios case, Pulos insisted on his innocence. The preparatory hearing for the trial is advancing. It resumes on September 18th. In the highlight of the investigation, John Pulos denied his guilt in the femicide of Valentina Tres Palacios. The prosecutor's office presented the evidence before the judge with which it will try to prove the guilt of Pulos in the oral trial phase. Despite the 30 pieces of evidence that incriminate him in the femicide, John Pulos again denied his responsibility in the murder of Valentina Tres Palacios on January 22nd. This occurred during the course of the preparatory hearing in which the prosecutor's office presented the evidence with which it intends to demonstrate that Pulos is guilty of the crime of aggravated femicide. However, despite the forcefulness of the probative material with which he was exposed before Judge 10 of Bogota, the detainee limited himself to answering, "I am not going to accept the charges and I maintain my innocence." This was the day. Okay. 2 tourists in Cartagena were hospitalized after unknowingly consuming the toxic manzanillo de la muerte fruit, also known as death tree. This fruit, scientifically known as Hipponami mancinella, resembles an apple but is highly poisonous and potentially deadly upon contact. The tourists, who were later discharged, experienced severe symptoms, including burning sensations in the mouth and throat, airway obstruction, and difficulty breathing. Authorities issued a warning about the fruit's extreme toxicity, emphasizing that even touching the tree trunk can cause burning sensations, inflammation, and blisters, and skin rashes. They urge the public to avoid consuming or touching this dangerous fruit to prevent poisoning and fatalities. Okay, let's jump into this open-air brothel story right here. El Colombiano delves into the operations of the prostitution industry and the web modeling sector, revealing a lack of clear institutional response as both industries evolve and adapt. Despite the wealth of data available on various aspects of Medellin, such as crime rates, weather patterns, and demographic statistics, there is a glaring absence of information regarding the number of women involved in prostitution, the existence of criminal networks, and the prevalence of webcam modeling, particularly when it comes to foreigners filming and publishing pornography labeled as Colombian, Paisa, or Latina. The transformation of prostitution over the past 2 decades is highlighted with a shift from street-based activities to catalog-based escort services and the subsequent resurgence of street-level operations. This shift has led to an influx of women soliciting clients in areas like Calle 10 and Parqueyeres, where tourists paying in dollars are the primary customers. The article sheds light on the presence of pimps and criminal elements involved in the industry, including reports of women forced to surrender a significant portion of their earnings. The story also explores the division of the sector based on location, pricing, and services offered, with the lowest prices found on 10th Street, catering to transgender and indigenous women willing to provide a wide range of services. The report acknowledges the role of managers and club owners in encouraging clients to spend money, creating a win-win situation. The experiences of two women, Luisa and Daniela, who transitioned from webcam modeling to working on the streets of Parque Yeres, are shared. They discuss the challenges of the webcam industry, including client fetishes and how they found more autonomy and control over their work on the streets. The article underscores the presence of individuals who oversee and protect the women, whether they are on the streets or in studios. The narrative also touches on the existence of ladies in waiting who accompany foreigners late at night and the potential issue of underage involvement, especially in apartments rented through platforms like Airbnb. It highlights the discreet nature of prostitution in some areas, such as Manila and Provenza. The article concludes by emphasizing the rapid growth of the webcam modeling industry in Medellin, with estimates of over 1,500 studios in the city. It calls for a regulation by the Medellin's mayor's office to address the industry's complexities and ensure fair treatment of women. Different perspectives on the industry are presented, with some advocating for regulation and others, like Claudia Yuli Quintero of the Empodrem Foundation, viewing it as a form of violence and exploitation. Quintero points to the emotional toll that industries objectifying women can have, citing psychological disorders and emotional trauma among those involved. The article raises questions about the protection and well-being of women engaged in these activities and the need for a more comprehensive understanding of the situation. In summary, the story explores the intricacies of the prostitution and web modeling industries in Medellin, shedding light on the challenges, regulations, and emotional consequences faced by those involved, while also questioning the role of authorities in protecting women. So there you go. It is what it is. If you've been there before, you know what it is. Okay, let's jump into this on a lighter note. Let's end on this one. This will be the participation of Colombia in the Weightlifting World Cup. Colombia is set to participate in the IWF in Riyadh, the 2023 World Championship, with 20 weightlifters aiming to defend the title they won in Bogota last year. The competition spans 11 days in Saudi Arabia, and the Colombian delegation's schedule is as follows. Miguel Angel Suarez competes in the men's 55 kilogram category on September 5th. Roelis Galvez and Rosalba Morales compete in the women's 55 kilogram category on September 6th. Francisco Monquiero competes in the men's 67 kilogram category on September 7th. Yenny Alvarez competes in the women's 59 kilogram category on September 8th. Luis Javier Mosquera competes in the men's 73 kilogram category on September 9th. And the competition continues through September 16th with various weight categories for Colombian athletes in both men's and women's divisions. One thing to know about this, now this one I don't think, well maybe I did correct this one, but still I don't think it knows when I correct it for proper grammar. I have to take these stories and redo it. That's how I'm able to read them now a little bit better without stumbling as much. But rest assured, when it says Joanna Hernandez, he was the one. It gets me with these pronouns. It's he, she. It's confusing, and I don't know why it does that. Maybe if you speak Spanish, you can tell me. Luis, shout out, brother. Anyway, this is the news as of September 5th, 2023. Remember to travel, but travel safe. Headed to Medellin, Colombia? See my guy Andres with Nomad Travel for safe airport pickups and drop-offs and tours. Contact information in the description below. Join me on social media. I am DC Born Rob Official on Instagram. I am DC Born Rob Official 1 on TikTok. I am DC Born Rob O on Twitter. Don't be like this guy right here.
You're just so stupid. I had to send you a video to let you know you're so stupid.
That's right. Don't be like this guy right here. Join me on social media.